Now, before you think, oh, I know all the steps here, we discussed all the steps for the manual prime. I have a couple questions that are outside of that. Yes, yes, yes. I know. Very mean, very mean. So I'm going to ask the first question. And the first question is this: what is the point of priming? What is the whole point of this process? We see manual priming listed at the top here. I was even so nice as to include the steps, but what is what are we doing? I want you to write on your piece of paper, what is the whole purpose of priming? Go ahead and pause the video here, write it down. When you're done, unpause it, and I'll give you the answer. All right, so what was the purpose? Hopefully you had enough time to write down your answer. This priming is all about regional regulatory bodies. This priming allows the AP to assign itself a regulational regional area, whether it's the United States, whether it's Europe, whether it's Japan. Every area has its own regulatory body, right? And certain regulations have to be adhered to. Power for your antennas, frequencies, things like that differ region by region. So the AP will have a universal domain. You'll see that. UXAP. You see that at the top, step 1. But that's not going to work for you. You're going to see a what I like to call the disco light show on your AP. It's going to flash through several cycles, blue, then green, then red. Depends on your AP, really. But until you prime it, you're going to continue to see that light cycle. You have to prime an AP in order to assign it a regional area in the United States. So great. I hope everyone got that right. I'm going to bring us to our second question now. The second question is, when is manual priming necessary? Yeah, when is manual priming necessary? Think about that for a moment. There's automatic priming. We discussed manual priming. The steps are right here in front of you. I don't want to test you on that. But when is this necessary, folks? Go ahead and take a moment, pause the video, write down your answer, and when you're done, we'll discuss why this is necessary or when this is necessary. All right, hopefully you're done. You had enough time to answer your questions. So let's really go into this. When is this necessary in our environments? Well, this is necessary when we have an environment of APs directly out of the box. If I have APs directly out of the box, a brand new system going into a wireless LAN controller where no other priming has taken place. So I don't have any APs that have been primed already. That's when I'm going to have to go through this manual priming process. It's important to note, your wireless LAN controller will not determine your AP's region. That won't happen. Your APs have to send out a notice to the other APs as to their region. If you don't have an AP that's already primed as to the region it's located in, then you're going to go through this manual priming process. So here it is. Step 1, AP joins as a universal domain. We know that. We enable the universal domain on support on the wireless LAN controller. Really important you do that before starting the manual process. And then once that happens, we're going to have to prime through the Cisco Air Provision app. Cisco Air Provision app. Which brings me to the last question of this exercise. The Cisco Air Provisioning app is found where? Go ahead and pause your videos and go ahead and write down your answer. When you're done, unpause your video. The Cisco Air Provisioning app is found on your mobile device app store. Yeah, any mobile device app store. Mobile device app store. So that includes Google Play. That includes Apple's iOS. What is that called? I think it's just called App Store. I'm not sure. And then, but it is available for Apple's iOS store and for any Windows. Now, it's important to note this is for mobile devices. Why does it have to be a mobile device? Because we're going to use the local cell tower or our GPS for that regional location. So this application is actually going to go out and find the location of the phone, the tablet, or whatever you're using to connect to this air provisioning app. That air provisioning app is actually going to access the device's GPS or the cell tower it's connected to find out its region. And that region is going to then update, and you'll see the corrected update. Once you do one of these in your environment, one of these connected to the wireless LAN controller, what's going to happen is that AP is going to send out the information to the other APs in your environment. So, really important procedure here. This trips up a lot of people. Your devices will work without being primed, but it's much better if you do prime them and they are working within the regulatory bodies of your environment. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed these quick exercises, and I hope to see you in a lesson in the future. Happy studies, all.